moment of my career, no certain of my life, really. And I served the longest suspension in Major League Baseball history, and to a degree, when I look back, it's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, because it gave me an opportunity to press the pause button and really reevaluate everything that's going on in my life, not just in baseball. So I needed, they say some people have to rebuild the house. I had to tear the house down and start again. And I had to turn the lens inward, and I had to do a lot of work. And, when I came through this and I was able to look in the mirror and really understand the mistakes that I made, when I came out, I knew that I wanted to be a different person. I knew that I wanted to be more grateful and more appreciative to the fans, to the Yankees. And I didn't know at 41, after 2 hip surgeries and 2 knee surgeries, if I was going to be able to come back and play well. But I knew I wanted to have a different attitude.
So the idea then, because it's not a lot of time, relatively speaking, I'm a little surprised that you actually can say it's the best thing that ever happened to you in this short amount of time. Because usually it takes a little bit more time to offer up that perspective.
Yeah, I said it could be, let me rephrase that. I think the 14, it is probably a little bit too soon, but I think at some point in my life, I'm gonna look back and say that was a turning point. That was a pivotal moment that I was able to take a very negative situation that I put myself in and pivot to what I think is gonna be a great learning experience for me.
So here's the craziest part for me, and there were other people who have made comebacks. You're at the All-Star game with the commissioner of baseball, opening up a park, and I don't know if in 14 you ever thought, this TV show, that TV show, doing World Series games. I mean, I gotta imagine none of that. You can't think any of that is a possibility when you're going through that.
When I say zero, is there 14 levels below zero? Sometimes I have to pinch myself because 14 was so low. I dug such a big hole for myself, guys. And one of the things is that I think, when people talk about my career highlights, they immediately go to the 2009 World Series or the home runs or the RBIs. But what they forget to tell you is that I'm 5th all time. I'm 5th all time in strikeouts. So I have a PhD in failing. But I like to say, I have a master's in getting up as well. And I think for those out there that are struggling, there is a second act. The world will try to say to us, you only have 1 act. But why not have 2 acts or 3 acts? Look at Greg Norman, look at Magic Johnson. Look at all the great people. I mean, Meryl Streep that's just took off after the age of 50. All you guys, all of us, I mean, we have a second act. And I think what that taught me is that if we believe in ourselves, then anything's possible.
So you didn't spend that time in 2014 feeling sorry for yourself either, did you? You went back to school, as I recall.
Well, part of it, I was feeling sorry for myself.
It's human nature to feel sorry.
Yeah, look, I wish I could
We've
say
all been
it was
there.
easy. I went to school, I built myself. Look, there was nights that I was in tears, depressed, out of my mind, because I'm thinking to myself, how in the world do I put myself in this situation? God has given me everything I need. He gave me pocket aces, and I'm the only idiot to actually lose the hand. I felt like a real jerk. And it was painful, but then at some point I got myself up, I dusted myself, I looked in the mirror, I owned every mistake, I made some very difficult phone calls, I addressed my daughters, which was very tough, because I wanted to be honest with them, as honest as you can be with, they're 12 and 9 now, like 3 years ago, so we had to kind of make it digestible for them, because at some point I want my daughters to be honest with their dad, and I think kids know when you BS them, and I did not want to take that opportunity to not take advantage of that.